What's up, guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Gettle Chevrolet in Punta Gorda, Florida, checking out this brand new 2024 Chevrolet Suburban Premier. Now, this is the original large SUV, and Chevy's been making Suburban since 1934. And today, I'm going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle, starting with the design, the powertrain, the interior technology, and the test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that subscribe and like button, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. And now let's get back to this. For 90 years, Chevy's been making Suburbans, and it's been a very popular choice between large families and executive driving services, etc. There's no hiding it. It's huge. It's 76 inches tall. It's 81 inches wide. It's 225 inches long. For 2024, we don't have really any changes on it. This particular one is the Premier version, which is almost at the top of the lineup, followed only by the High Country. So let's see what we have. We have this huge hood. You have some grooves right here. You have some indents on both sides, and for that better aerodynamics, if you can even say that, with this square shaped vehicle, you have the huge lights. Now we have the LED reflector lights right here, and then we also have the LED daytime running lamps and turn signal, kind of in this shape of the letter S over here. Tons of chrome in this front grille. Now we have the black Chevy bow tie and chrome at the bottom portion right here. There's nothing really else in here. There's no fog lights, which I kind of wish that they were maybe right here. That would fit really nicely. But you do have the air curtains on the side, helping with that better airflow. There are three different engine choices for 2024 Suburban. Let's see what we have in this one. Most of them are powered by the 5.3-liter V8. Some of them can be outfitted with a 6.2-liter V8 as well. This is a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder DURAMAX diesel, producing 277 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque, and that's important when trying to move this 6,300-pound vehicle. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. The hood is nicely propped up by the hood struts, and it's got some sound insulation underneath. If you look at it from a distance, it doesn't seem too big until you get right next to it. 76 inches tall, 225 inches long, 81 inches wide, and it weighs over 6,000 pounds. Now, it's huge, right? Let's take a look at the wheel and tire setup. This particular one has been updated with 22-inch gloss black wheels. I like the design of it. Black Chevy bow tie right here, 275 by 50 on 22-inch rims. Suburban spelled out on the side. In the mirror, which is, by the way, huge, you have the blind spot assist camera, and the turn signal on top of the mirror is in chrome. There's also chrome at the bottom of the windows. Everything else is blacked out, and you have this satin chrome roof rails right on top. This particular one also has deployable power running boards or side steps, as you can see, and they hide once they're not in use. And this is pretty much it. That's what's on the side. You can see how much room it has. But before we jump inside, let's take a look at the back. Let's go through some of the features of the back end right here. First of all, you have this large gate spoiler with the third brake light, and underneath, that's where the wiper is, so it's nicely hidden from the elements. You have the black Chevy bow tie Suburban spelled out. Now this one says it's a DURAMAX, so that's of course for the diesel engine, and Premier is the trim level. Huge gate. We're going to open it up just a little bit. Point out to the taillights, they're LED taillights, but as far as the turn signals and the reverse lights, they're all incandescent as far as the bulbs that are inside of it. Now, I have the reflector lights right here, and you know, the trailer package is underneath here. Now, the website says that the Suburban can tow up to 8,300 pounds, but then in the disclaimer, it says it's only with a 5.3-liter V8 and a two-wheel drive. So it starts at about 78 7,800 pounds. So check with your local dealer what the diesel can tow. I think it's about 7,800 pounds of it. Now the gate can be opened two different ways. You can open just the glass right here. If you want to just drop something in here, right? That's an easy way of getting stuff inside of it. But if you need something bigger, then of course you can open the entire gate. And this is a power gate. And wait till you see how much room there is inside, because it's best in class. So let's check this out before we get inside. I want to point out this is where you close the gate. You can also adjust the height of it. Now, this is how much room you have behind the third row seat. Yes, the third rows are up, and behind them you have over 41 cubic feet of storage. That's twice as much as on the regular mid-size SUV, and the seats can be folded down. So you can fold down the seats, both of them. Come on. All right, this goes up. Let's fold it down again. And here you go. Once you open this up, and then if you fold both of the seats down as far as the front end, from the front seat to the very back, you have over 145 cubic feet of storage. This is the best in its class according to Chevy. So there's plenty of room, and we're going to check out the rest of this interior to see what we have for passengers in the third row seats. And before we get inside, let's check out what we have on the door panel right here. So we have some wood trim or wood simulated trim. You have some nicely padding right on top. This is nicely soft padded, and the same thing with the armrest. You of course have the door lock and the window control, and then you have the Bose stereo system and a little bit more storage inside these huge doors. Now we're gonna go straight for the third row seat. See, this is with the seat folded up, and this is how much room you have in the third row seat. With this much room, you can just walk in. This truly has room to party. I have plenty of headroom, shoulder room, and knee room. I also have my own vents, my own light. There's a USB charger right here, cup holders, and I can move this seat out of the way with a push of the button. Now, let me show you how much knee room I have. So here it is. This is with the seat adjusted all the way to the back. Now I'm close, but I'm not touching. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I fit behind the seat that's moved all the way to the back. So definitely plenty of room. If you are planning a road trip, you can definitely take your friends with you, put them in the third row seat, and they won't hate you for it. Well, let's check it out how much room we have as far as the middle row seat. So first of all, this is a captain chair configuration. Let me jump right inside and let's see what else we have. Right in the middle console, you have two cup holders, big ones. Then you also have the controls for the climate control. You have the heated seats, USB Type-C, HDMI 1, HDMI 2. And then at the bottom, you have the regular household power outlet, so you can plug in any of your devices if you need to. Now, this vehicle has been upgraded with two 12.6-inch screens. Both of them have the ability, let me see how to turn down. Yeah, there you go. So the ability to play from different sources like Hulu, YouTube Kids, or you can plug it in from HDMI 1, HDMI 2. You can listen to them through the headphones if you wanted to. So perfect babysitter for kids for the long drives. Not many vehicles have it anymore. And you can turn it off if you don't use it. Vents are right on top of here, and then you have your own lights, panoramic sunroof. Let's see about the roominess. So as you can see, no shortage of room here as far as the headroom, shoulder room, and let me show you the knee room. Room to party, guys. I really can move about 2 inches towards the front to give the back passenger more room, and we all would have plenty of room. I'm 6 feet tall. This seat is adjusted to my regular driving position, and I like to drive comfortably, so no shortage of room. Here's a couple things though, a couple takeaways. I wish this would be kind of a little bit more modern. It looks like out of a pickup truck. Same thing with this. I don't know what it is. This kind of a cheaper plastic maybe. And one other thing, you find the sunshades at many of the lower trim models. I would like to see a sunshade, even though this window is tinted, but still I would like to see a sunshade on. I don't know if you can hear the diesel running, but you can definitely tell it is a diesel vehicle. Let's open the door. Here, the side step deploy. Let's close it really quick to do a sound check on it. Boom. nice and solid, actually. Very heavy door. Here in the front door panel, you of course have the window lock controls. You have 2 memory seat settings, and this is pretty much it. You have a little bit more storage down at the bottom of the door. As you get inside, you'll see Chevrolet on the door sill. Nothing really too crazy as far as the pedal box. On the left hand side on the steering wheel, see, this is the 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive low, so automatic, you know, so you can switch it to the different modes. Here's your light control. You have the lane keep assist, parking sensors. You can turn off that electronic engine shut off, and then you can turn off the lane keep assist, hill descent assist, and you have the 360 camera. Here's your parking brake. Here's your head-up display adjustment, info and brightness, and you do have the power adjusted tilt and telescoping steering wheel right here. Let me jump inside. I'll show you what's rest. Here's the interior of this vehicle. Let's check this out. Huge dashboard right here. This is nicely softly padded right here. You have the same wooden looking trim as you have on the doors. This is a different trim, kind of a nylon, but you know, it has those little holes in here, perforations, really nice. On the right hand side, you can see the big vent. Let's see what we have right here. So here's a hiding spot. Look how deep it is, and put like your maybe Nokia cell phone or something like this, because mine would probably be too big. Hazard lights right here. Here's I believe this is like a 10.5-inch display. Not too big, to be honest with you. I'd expect a little bit more, especially in this price range, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. And right on top, you have, this is the optional head-up display, the fully color head-up display. Unfortunately, you can't see much in this light, but there is a speedometer right now that's showing up. And then let's move on to the steering wheel. A large steering wheel, leather wrapped. Kind of wish it was a little bit thicker. Okay, then you have a bunch of controls. On the left hand side is your cruise control settings, heated steering wheel. On this side, we can control what's going on in the instrument cluster. This is fully digital instrument cluster, and let's see what we have. First of all, we see that the fuel level is low. We can dismiss it right now. Okay, I'm gonna reset the timer. This is basically to shut down the vehicle after an X amount of time that it's idling. So on the left hand side, you have the speedometer. On the right hand side, you have a tachometer. No phone connected. You can have navigation inside of this middle portion. As far as the radio and media, you have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, and Bluetooth. Back to timer, and here's your other settings. So you have the display layout. Let's see what we have. Classic, progressive. If you don't like the original display, you can have this. Fully digital, if that's your cup of tea. Or clean. I'm gonna go to classic. I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is your digital instrument cluster. It says low fuel level, but we have a range of 76 miles. I'm not saying that this is a gas sipping vehicle, but for the size of it, it's not bad. 20 and 26 is the mileage on it. So 22 is the combined miles. For the size of this vehicle, it's not bad. Of course, diesel costs a little bit more than the regular gasoline, but you get about the same gas mileage on the regular midsize SUV. Here's right here in the middle. This is your transmission shifter, right? So here's your parking, rear, neutral, and drive. And this is your instrument cluster. Like I said, I would like to see it a little bit bigger. And this is a typical, you know, new Chevy instrument cluster. I think it's made with Google, because you have the Play Store right here. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, both wireless connection. Audio, maps. Okay, so it goes to Google Maps. I'm not sure if it's going to open up yet, because I think you need to have the settings set up. As far as the GPS, all right, well, we're going to turn it on. Let's see if anything happens. Okay, you need offline map data. I'm not going to play with this because this is in the demo mode, and we're going to leave it in demo mode right now. Trailer, you can add new trailer, use gas trailer, use accessory, or no trailer. So this is where you can set up your trailer. Here's where you can connect your phone. Here's another. This is your navigation, basically. Back to media. AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth. You have Google News, USB, Amazon, Alexa, and podcasts. And then back to the home screen. Trailer and climate settings. Wi-Fi hotspot. You can control the rear media here as well. So both of the screens can be controlled through here, which is really good, especially for parents. Share to screen 2. So whatever's on the screen 1, you can see on screen 2. The screen is off right now. You can listen in to what they're playing. Not bad. Screen 2. Different settings. I like this. Allowed applications. You have Hulu, YouTube, YouTube Kids. Both of the screens have that allowed. I'm pretty sure you can download some other applications. Reset rear media. Rear media terms of use, privacy statement. I actually like that. I wish more manufacturers would make it available as far as the rear entertainment for the kids. I mean, we have it in our 2019 Honda Pilot. It's been 5 years and the new ones don't have it. Settings, My Chevrolet, Amazon Alexa, podcast, Wi-Fi, hotspot, news. These are basically your shortcuts. This is, of course, controlled via touch. And right on top, you have the temperature, you have the time, and that's it. So that's what you can control. I kind of wish that there was integrated with the climate control. Right here, you have the power button, volume button, seek, track, home, back, select, and down here, that's where your climate control is. So you have the dual zone climate control in the front. There's a separate climate control, rear climate control for the back. So you have tri-zone climate control that actually shows up in the screen. And then you have the heated ventilated seats, as well as charging pad. This is the wireless charging right here at the very bottom of the USB Type-C, Type-A, regular 12-volt power adapter, big cup holders, and then you have this console that opens up, more storage here. Up on top, you have the regular mirror that turns into the digital mirror once you flip this on. Okay, and then you have the home link system, I believe. Nope, this is your adjustments for the brightness and the mirror settings, so no home link here. Up on top, you can open up the rear tailgate. You can fold down the rear seats. You have home link system, which is right here. You can turn on or off the lights. And then you can slide or tilt the roof. This is slide, this is tilt. This is to open up the cover. That's going to let tons of light inside of the cabin. And if you want to slide the roof, it slides on top. Have the windscreen. Close it up. This is it, guys. This is the interior of it. Let me tell you, I like it. Overall, it's very functional. It has everything that it needs. It's definitely not the most modern one. You see some of the competitors like the Wagoneers and the Grand Wagoneers. They have all this newest, latest, greatest technology with, I don't even know how many inches of screen. I think there was a claim to fame between the Cadillac and the Grand Wagoneer of which vehicles got the most screen space. Well, this is definitely not even a contender in this category, but at the same time, it has what it needs. I kind of wish there was a little bit more modernized. I mean, you can see all of this kind of like in the Silverado, very rugged and kind of the lost century. But if that's not something that you're deterred by, then by all means, go for it. Well, guys, before we take it on the road, let's take a look at different trim levels that are available for 2024 model year. And that is LS starting at $61,195, LT $66,695, RST $69,295. That's the more sporty one. Z71 $71,295. That's the more rugged one. Premier, which is the one that I'm sitting in right now, $74,595 is the starting MSRP, and High Country $81,895. Not cheap vehicles, plus you can add so much stuff to it. Let's say this one is the Premier, right? I have a sticker right here. So we have 22-inch multi-spoke wheels at $29,995. We have the rear seat entertainment system at $19.95. We have the assist step, the deployable steps at $17,495. Enhanced display and alert package with the HD surround vision, the rear pedestrian alert, which I demonstrated for you, and then that's $16.25. We have the sunroof, panoramic sunroof at $1,500. The engine, actually, surprisingly, I thought it was going to be more, but the upgrade to the DURAMAX diesel is only $995. Adaptive cruise control, that's $500. $415 for the max trailering package. All-weather floor mat, $325. Black nameplates, $295. Black bow tie emblems, $275. And reverse automatic braking as $100. You add the destination charge of $19.95, and the total MSRP of this one that I'm sitting in right now comes into $90,360. That's a lot of money, no matter how you dice it and slice it. But within the segment, which let's talk about, the segment is the Suburban, and of course the luxury Cadillac Escalade, and in between the GMC Yukon XL on this one. And then, so that's the GM family. Then you have the Ford and Lincoln, so you have the Expedition and the Lincoln Navigator, as well as in the Chrysler, you have the Wagoneer, and now the Wagoneer L, which would be probably the most comparable to this as far as the length and the size of this vehicle. So within the segment, they're all start, you know, probably somewhere in the 60s and 70s and go up. You can go crazy with them, $120,000, $130,000. And probably won't still get all of the options. Maybe we will. At $130,000, I think that should be a safe bet. So not a cheap vehicle. So not only you need it, right, but you need to afford it. Well, let's take it for a spin. Let's see how it drives. It's a large vehicle, so better have everything adjusted, you know, as far as driving it. And you can definitely feel the size of it, so there's no hiding it. It's not like, oh, I get inside of it, it feels like a Honda Civic. No, it does not. Let's just circle here. I'm gonna do a full 360 to see what the turning radius is, just to kind of give you an idea, you know, whether you can or cannot just safely turn around like on a two-lane road. Okay, steering wheel all the way to the right. Actually, it's surprisingly good. I mean, it's still big, don't get me wrong. It's larger than like the mid-size SUVs, but it turns well. As far as the suspension, let's see if we have any of the body roll in here. It's a little bit on the stiffer side, but I don't mind it at all. I mean, some of the, especially the large vehicles, they get too boaty when they get, you know, too soft. Some of the, like the Cadillacs. Now this got the Magna-Ride suspension. This one is equipped with the Magna-Ride suspension, so it kind of monitors the road ahead of you, and it makes some adjustments to suspension to make sure that you're not feeling uncomfortable. Well, it takes those speed bumps like nothing. I can barely feel that I'm going over one. It might be a safety hazard in itself. I rented one of those last year. Actually, I didn't rent it. The rental company didn't have anything else, and the one that I was gonna rent, the vehicle that I was gonna rent, was actually damaged. So they gave me the Suburban. It was a few years older, and it wasn't as equipped as this one. But I remember taking it on the highway, and I go like, wow, I can really go on a long trip, on a road trip with this vehicle. That's how good it feels. And with the diesel here, with the gas mileage being, you know, at 20 and 26, 22 combined, I think if you get 26 miles per gallon on the highway, that's not bad at all. I'm pretty sure it lowers by quite a bit once you're towing something or you have a full load. By the way, the payload on it's about 1366. So that's cargo and passengers. 7-passenger at 200 pounds and you're there. You know, that's at 1,400 pounds. You're at the full payload. So just one way of thinking about it, you can't take any luggage with you. I mean, I'm sure it's going to handle a little bit more. Nice and smooth acceleration. You sit up a lot higher than most of the SUVs. So it feels like you're on top of the world. I'm gonna turn on this digital mirror because all I see is this big tunnel behind me. That's how long this vehicle is. All right, if we hit the brakes, it stops. Yes, it takes a dip, slight dip, not bad at all. And you know what, let's accelerate right here. Hey, it moves. Get it up to 45. We're on the residential street. Let's not go crazy. But, you know, you're not buying this vehicle to race. Now, if you do want something like this and you want it to be a performance vehicle, go for the Escalade V. I mean, you get the performance engine, the performance tuned suspension. You'll spend about twice as much almost on it, but you'll get what you want, right? In this case, this is definitely a good family SUV. Like I mentioned before, I kind of wish that the interior was slightly updated with more modernized features. I mean, it does have the digital screen in front. It does have this fairly large screen as far as the infotainment system, but the overall feel of the interior feels a little dated. Can't believe Chevy's been making it for 9 years. And people, you know, keep on coming back and keep on buying. But I also remember when the top of the line was at about $70,000. So everything goes up in pricing. $90,000, it's a lot of money. Let me know what you think, guys. Would you go for this? Would you maybe choose a Lincoln Navigator or Grand Wagoneer or Wagoneer, and why? I'd like to hear your comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you learned one or two things about this vehicle. And if you did, then I've done my job. So don't forget to help me support the channel by subscribing to it, hitting the like, and turning on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.